Welcome everybody to a Group C matchup. We're going to see a real fun one tonight. It's going to be Sandal Inc. taking on ShadowShield. Bands were Palace and Highway, so we'll begin on Panorama. We've got the One Trick Pony versus the King of Jank. Should be a real fun matchup to watch. See ShadowShield in the opposite stairwell. Sandal moving in. I'm going to see if I can go over and... Oh, he lays down an environmental. And that looks like Forest Sanctuary, actually. And Mephisto's Pact used to get there. That's going to shut down a lot of ShadowShield decks. I can't see where he placed it, because I'm also curious about that. Sandal playing Meister, I think he put it up on the lockers, and Alpha actually can't jump to those. There's a certain locker up in that room that Alpha can't get to. Looks like a Crush comes out. ShadowShield getting ready to lay his own environmental now. Berserk, but Judgment. Sandal not having any of that. Lays down another. That one's just in his base, though. He actually relearns the Judgment, of all things. Oh, dear. What a weird match. Both Berserks Judgmented. Sandal going to be looking for, I'm sure, another Forest Sanctuary. Turbulence is away his own yellows. I don't know if that was intentional or not. But that was not a good day for Sandal. I don't think. Those could have been recalls that he had there. Dance faked and then blocked by Sandal, who's now holding on to Aura after turbulencing himself. So he had a boost mine there. I have to wonder if that was 2 recalls he lost, because that'd be huge. I mean, if so, laying down the Forest Sanctuary might just be enough to make ShadowShield unable to do anything else. So if he gets to those lockers again, lays it down, yeah. ShadowShield can jump at those all day and he won't make it. Oh, maybe he will as Alpha. I guess that set of lockers you can. Maybe it's just the other set. If ShadowShield makes the jump. I think Sandal turbed his own recalls. Like, I think he just completely shot himself in the feet. Maybe he's got a 3rd recall. Maybe there's some violent changes, but, like, he'd have to get real lucky with the recall. Yeah, that's game. Sandal's got nothing. He didn't manage to get the environmental properly hung where Shadow couldn't get it. Twice. I believe he turbed his own recalls. And all he's left is with 2 shields. He's at the mercy of ShadowShield. I guess, yes, standing up there. Shadow can't hit him with the Dance of Death while he's up there. Did we just find the hardest counter to ShadowShield that we never imagined? Standing on top of a locker? Sandal, after some serious misplays, doing his best to keep ShadowShield off of there. ShadowShield tries doing it from a locker, from a desk. This match has certainly been interesting already. ShadowShield seemingly at a loss as to what to do here. Sandal blocking him from being able to jump up. ShadowShield's just gonna retreat and see if he has a ranged attack, I guess. I guess whoever plays ShadowShield next in this group on Panorama ought to just run ricochet lasers and stand up on top of those lockers. That looks like it was a guard of water takes one of the Dance of Deaths away too. Sandal actually falls down and takes away one of the dances. Shadow picks up another though. Oh. Sandal will take the vacuum slash. Does ShadowShield have enough ways to get around this really silly strat? Got 3 minutes and 40 seconds to try and make the jump up there. I'm real excited to watch it. Oh, boy. So speaking of this group, I guess we can talk a little bit about it while we don't have a whole lot going on. The results have been really interesting lately. Xanxus has actually lost 2 games, rather 2 series in groups. One to ShadowShield and one to Xexus. While it is unlikely, there is a scenario right now where Xanxus doesn't advance from this group. He still hasn't played Mirage, which I believe is his only remaining matchup. Maybe hasn't played Darcia. I'm not 100% sure on that one. But if he loses to either one of those, he just straight up doesn't advance. If he wins both, which is expected, there's still a scenario where he doesn't advance. If Sandal wins this matchup versus ShadowShield, he'll basically make a 3-way tie for 2nd and 3rd place. Xexus is basically golden to advance at this point. Xexus is 4-0. If he lost his next 2 matches, which are against opponents that he should beat pretty handily, if he lost one of those, it would get a little bit messier. But right now, ShadowShield, Xanxus, and Sandal could all leave this group 4-2 and create a really nasty 3-way tie. And then Xanxus, depending on the head-to-head, could not advance from groups there. Well, at least it's finally gone down into rapid countdown mode. Gotta say, this is one of the lamest ways to win, or I guess force a draw in Phantom Dust, but we're seeing a unique weakness to the ShadowShield style. Unable to get up here on the lockers with Sandal. I was really surprised he made that jump before, because Alpha, if you go to the next set of lockers, Alpha can't jump on those at all, I'm pretty sure. I know No can't at all, and the only 2 that really could were Meister and Gein, that I recall, that could jump on that. But so far, he was able to jump up there to get the Enviro once, which I thought was strange. Maybe these lockers don't behave quite the same as the ones to the left, but it's a very unique jumper interaction. But Sandal standing atop of this is enough to keep ShadowShield from being able to jump up there. And that will be a game 1 draw on Panorama after Sandal managed to turb his own recalls. I'm almost 90% sure. In fact, I may type him and ask. Let's see. He may not be paying attention on Facebook, which I don't blame him in the middle of a match. So I guess we'll have to wait till we find out later as we start here on City. Shadow in the middle, Sandal up high. See Sandal using bravery here. Has an environmental in hand. Looks like he might move in to hang it. Shadow's got an attack. Wanting to look scary. Purple for Sandal. Could be a shield breaker. Still haven't seen any of the shields or the attack out of ShadowShield. He's got Psycho. So an easy guess would be that he's running that same Psycho Burst level amp deal. Alright. That is the shield breaker. Sandal, if he laid down the Enviro and got it over with here. Oh, he's got Athena's command this time. That's what it looks like. Comes prepared for the ShadowShield tech for Sanctuary in Game 1, although he was not successful. Oh, that is going to hit right there. He wasn't successful in getting the Forest Sanctuary hang. This time he does get the Athena's command down properly. He's already hit for 8 with that railgun. Most of the damage he's taken is all self-inflicted. Falling off the map, Mephisto's packed in a trance. Oh, 6 damage worth of trash. Or was that 8? Connects onto Shadow. He's going to break the paralyzed barrier. ShadowShield searching for answers. Sandal needs to wait and save up. ShadowShield appears to be digging at this point too. Trying to find some answers. Takes a little bit more trash damage. He's got to be careful. He is getting whittled down. Do believe he has Vibration Blaster in here, which will still be applicable. He can fight with that. Vibration Laser, I think, also in this arsenal that he tends to run on City. We'll have to see what comes out for him. Sandal trancing up one more time, but then overwrites the trance. Maybe he moves in with Excalibur now? Is it that time? ShadowShield walks it. Twice, he jumps the second one. Known for his dancing shoes so that he can counter with Psycho Burst, but that will not work this time. The strength equals X means Psycho Burst. Strength equals X means ShadowShield. All of those prohibited, whether it's dance or Psycho Burst. We know this time it is Psycho Burst, but Sandal prepared for any and all. Still trying to connect with this Excalibur. ShadowShield admirably keeping distance between them. Manages to walk the railgun after blocking the reincarnation. ShadowShield searching for any answers he might have in this arsenal. Shoot the trash, shoot the trash, shoot the trash. Does not shoot the trash. Sandal can't hear me, unfortunately. Should be shooting the garbage. There we go. Shoot the garbage. There you go. think ShadowShield's trying to force a draw here himself after the way this has gone down. I need to get back in range with that Excalibur. If he can hit the shield. There we go. Mistimed on the shield. ShadowShield goes down, and that'll be a 1-0 lead with one tie for Sandal as we move on to Refinery. We'll have to see if Sandal continues to just run these kind of arsenals for Sanctuary Athena's command, specifically suited to taking out players like ShadowShield. I know when I played him in the last tournament in the quarterfinals, I had an Athena's command deck, but we never got deep enough into the series that I needed to use it. Sandal, spawning on the walkway here alongside me, decides not to share his boost mine with me. You can all let him know he's a greedy bastard. So we'll die next to Sandal. We'll keep an eye on ShadowShield. Hopefully that didn't bother Sandal that I moved a little close to him. Wanted to keep an eye out in case there was some early aggression, because we did see decent hands for both players starting off. Sandal with the environmental, already moving to place it. Don't. I know that barrel's tempting, but it's not a true hang. I don't think that is either. Uses the ice sword. Manages to not take any damage there. That might be a true hang. It would have been better if he'd just done it on the box instead of on the barrel. Box is a little bit higher. 3 uses of the ice sword down. Sandal's going to take a trip back to his base. Looks like he's got a few things to gather there. If ShadowShield was planning on using any of the Psycho Burst or any of that business, it has once again been neutered. This one is the Forest Sanctuary. Again, could be the same build he ran on Palace. He's going to go ahead and overwrite. He's got 3 yellows now. I'm going to assume recalls. ShadowShield's moving in. Now with Tiger Strength. Sandal still deciding what he wants to pick up with that Mephisto's Pact. ShadowShield actually going to jump off. I'm not sure what he even did there. A ability used that knocked Sandal down for 1 damage. Sandal, I believe, now holding on to Violent Change. ShadowShield at 14 capsules, has a yellow in hand. Blazing Bullet. Sandal only with the Fortress is going to be in a bad spot versus that. Sandal needs to find a better answer. Oh, I guess he got rid of the environmental. That's what I didn't notice. Environmental picked up. The Blazing Bullet's not stopped by that, though. Sandal just lays it right there in the middle of nowhere. It's an interesting move. And he's going to jump off, taking more damage. I don't know if I would do that either. Trying to stay away from some more Blazing Bullet damage. Uses a Violent Change. He's going to need to do that 4 more times if he wants to win. And he has to find an answer to this Blazing Bullet. He's going to jump off and make the gambit. Maybe he's finally got a flash hole on bench. I think he finally caught the Blazing. Nope. There he goes. Man, this is tense. Watching Sandal just play fast and loose with his health bar. Violent Change going to take the bench before ShadowShield can get any. Looks like Turbulence or Return to Nature. Right now, ShadowShield not having any attacks, is slowly moving through, but he's now picked up all of his bench, basically. He has to know that if he doesn't get an attack and he doesn't get over there and get damage dinged onto Sandal, he's going to be popped out. He's got a red, but is it enough against Flashhole and Fortress? He only has to hit once. Sandal lays down the Violent Change. He's got to be real careful now. ShadowShield's best plan right now, honestly, would be to not use that attack and just hover Sandal at whatever the optimum range is until Sandal tries to Violent Change. Because Sandal can erase it if he knows it's coming, but if he tries to Violent Change and he gets antsy, that's when you want to hit. Oh, that Glacial Wall barely not catching. Looks like Sandal has the Violent Change he needs to finish the game. He just has to create himself room, which I don't know if he can do against a jumper like ShadowShield. All he has to do is stick on him. Sandal cannot afford probably to go up in the air. Cannot afford to fake with a shield. Has to be careful even about jumping down, honestly. You don't know what attack he has. Oh, the hyper kick does connect. Sandal not quite far enough off the edge. And that's going to be a 1-1-1 in what has been a very tight series so far. He was just a little too fast and loose with the health that game, in my opinion. He's not going to be able to do the same level of hang unless he does that little ditty that he did with Evolution. Can't hang on lane very easily. Excuse me. Have to see if he has something else cooked up for him here. Sandal with a really rough aura start as well. Only one aura, but ShadowShield not looking much better at 2. As I said, he recovers and gets 3 and 4. So his next aura spawn, much more forgiving. Sandal's not so much. He's still stuck at 2. ShadowShield was able to double his aura. I guess technically Sandal did as well. ShadowShield's moving in. Looks like he wants to get something done here. Nature aura on. We see a Faith aura out of Sandal, who's gone invisible. Is that Demon's Wing? Oh, interesting. He has a version of it with Demon's Wing so that he can get up there, lay the environmental where ShadowShield can't get to it. And you got to be wondering, was ShadowShield expecting this, or did he go back to running the Dance of Death? Because it seemed like he had the read on it on Refinery, and so he decided to run Blazing. But did he have the read here? Absolutely dirty. I didn't even consider using the Demon's Wing for the hang here. But that would not inhibit Sandal whatsoever. It's just 1 or 2 extra skills added in there. He can hang it and run the same thing with neutralizing all Psycho Burst Dance of Death. Oh, that's actually reduce entropy as well. That's a different environmental. He has the reduce entropy. He could just use Shatter and Eliminate at this point. I don't know what more ShadowShield will have. He still can't use Psycho Burst or Dance while that's down. It still takes care of that. Sandal does get frozen. And it looks like Shadow is digging. You gotta wonder what Sandal's endgame is with this. Like, Shatter and Eliminate seem like the obvious ones. I don't know if we've seen Psycho yet. He managed to get a little bit of damage down. But ShadowShield's able to hit back with the Ice Sword. Once. He can do it once. Already overwrites it. He has 2 purples. Wonder if one of them is a way to get rid of this environmental. Photon Wave. Oh, that's Fast Wave? Sandal causing me to scratch my head once again. It does hit. He does get the damage, but I'm still wondering where this is going. We haven't seen an amulet or an orb in order to secure the hang. We see another green, which doesn't seem overly effective. He's dug very deep into his arsenal at this point. We still haven't seen a purple for Shatter or Eliminate. And ShadowShield has 12 capsules remaining, even though he's slowly moving through. It seems like Shadow is slowly looking for something to counter this. Either to pop the environmental or attacks that he can use multiple times while the environmental is down. Reincarnation strangely doesn't hit. I would have thought it was going to hit right above the shield. Sandal must have come from a different angle. Hits with Mistblade, is that it? Had a nice sword cancel, faked out the shield. Still can't break the glacial wall. Sword fakes 2 more times, hoping that it'll work once again. It looks like his plan is just to kill ShadowShield. Doesn't seem to have any of the popping tools it needs to. I would have liked to see a trance in here, I think. He wraps around that time, catches him on the backswing. But that glacial wall is a bane right now. It looks like ShadowShield using a 3rd Ice Sword right there. He's only been able to use it once each time, and he's used it 3 times, so he must have an arsenal with 3 Ice Swords. Down to 3 capsules now. 1 violent change would do it, if he's got it, but so will a Mistblade, which gives him a little bit of fall damage, and that's going to be a 2-1-in-1 lead for Sandal. As we go to Sign, I think that's what we're at. Sandal's 1-2. I think Shadow's 1-1. And then there was a tie on Panorama. Shadow 1 Refinery. Yes, that is what we're at. This series, very odd. Game point for Sandal. See if he has any more rude environmentals or places to lay them. As we wait here for some arsenal choices. Will Sandal prove to be the jank necessary to take down the beast ShadowShield, or will ShadowShield's unshakable style finally get a chance to come out? He's yet to really be able to use Dance or Psycho Burst. That first game he did get to throw a few, but Sandal, abusing the lockers there, was able to stay away from it. Additionally, there was the Forest Sanctuary hang. It just wasn't correctly done. See, ShadowShield on the advance. I'm going to come over here just to get an angle. Oh, Trance going to be punished there with the Blazing Bullet. ShadowShield is on a warpath with this Blazing Rush. He's going to do it again. How many times is he going to Trance standing in front of him? Sandal does it again. Backdraft Bullet and down to 5 health. Agonies. But he's already down to 2 health. Has he got more? There's another. Oh my goodness, this match. Down to 2 health, he's down to 1. Has he got a third? He's got a third. But ShadowShield dodges it. After all that, oh my goodness. This is ridiculous. ShadowShield with a very intelligent move there, sitting on top. Wait, he's got Tiger Strength and Trance? Why? He's down to 1 health. Anything takes him down at this point. That was such a gambit there. But now he's got Tiger Strength plus 2 acquisition. He's got to worry whether or not ShadowShield has a usable attack, or if he was able to get rid of pretty much all of... Oh, that is an undodgeable Thor's Hammer. Does he got more? Sandal playing like an absolute madman this game. Memory Lapse now goes down. Tiger Strength used. 2 more attacks. Is it another Thor's? It is! But there's a guard of water that protects him. Oh my goodness. This game is just nutty. 3 Agonies of Death. 2 Thor's Hammer. Somehow, ShadowShield has survived it all yet. With an absolutely beautiful dodge onto the 3rd Agonies of Death. Sandal now looking for another attack, running out of options. They are both deep in their arsenals. Return to Nature. Will get rid of the Enviro, but Sandal can just lay another. Do it. Lay it. Put it down. What's ShadowShield going to do about it? Oh, there goes the Thor's Hammer, and he cannot block it. And that is going to be a 3-1-1 victory for Sandal over ShadowShield in one of the most bizarre series I think we've ever seen and that we will ever see.